everyone! Well, we're here, we're back, and today we're doing another anti-MLM video, and for this video we will be talking about BODi! BODi, whatever they want to call themselves nowadays. The video we will be reacting to caught my attention because of the title of the video, which arguably that is how pretty much I watch every video that I react to, is because the title interests me, or somebody sends me a video, so I know it's probably going to be interesting. So this video in particular is titled 10 in Play, and I just had this suspicion that 10 in Play has to more than likely do with writing names in a notebook. Because if there is something that I associate with Beachbody, it is writing names in a notebook. Now, arguably, that is a part of every single MLM. You write names in a notebook, you keep tabs of the people you're talking to and the conversations you're having and when you need to follow up with said people, on what date and what month and what time. So yes, that is a part of every MLM. But I really associate it with Beachbody because the first video that I ever reacted to of Beachbody, I'm pretty sure she talked about putting like 50 or 100 names down and just going through your list that way, which is so excessive to come up with 100 people. And a lot of times they will say, like, we all know 100 people. No, we don't. I feel like majority of people don't know 100 people, at least comfortable enough to be, convincing them to either buy from you or join and do the same thing that you're doing. I don't think a lot of people know 100 people that closely. So I feel like 10 is probably at least somewhat realistic. And I think they are, maybe as time goes on, they're trying to use less scary numbers like 100 or 50, and instead they're like, oh, it's just 10 people. Like, we all know 10 people who could lose weight. We all know 10 people who could drink Shakeology. So more than likely, this has to do with writing 10 people's names down who you want to sell Beachbody products to, sell the classes to, or, the more important thing, sell the opportunity to. So with all of that said, let's find out what 10 in Play really means.
All right. Hello. And hello to everyone who is watching the recording. I know this time of year is hard to take an hour out of your evening a week before Christmas. So thank you, Carrie, for being here. And for those that are watching the recording, I understand. I've been running around like crazy today, getting last minute things, just wanting to get them done, before the end of the week gets here. So I totally understand if that's what is keeping you from being here today.
I mean, arguably, if your whole call right now is going to be teaching people to write 10 names down, or finding 10 people who you think would be good at this, like, I kind of don't blame them for not wanting to be a part of this call, because this has been done time and time and time and time again. How is this 30-minute, hour-long call going to teach people anything new that they don't already know about finding 10 people? Like, it's the fact that in general, people in MLMs are still able to make calls entirely dedicated to writing people's names down in a notebook. It's crazy. It's wild that they still are able to do that and act like it's brand new information.
I think that's something we need to consider for next year. End of next year is to maybe not have a call on this week. So, or do something different. But tonight I'm going to keep it short and I'm going to share a few things. The main thing I want to talk about is 10 in Play. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you have no idea what I'm talking about. It depends on if you've been listening to the National Wake Up Call, if you've had any calls with Carl, if you've had, I think they've talked a little bit about it in the BODi Partners app, in the BODi Basics group. And so I'm going to go kind of in detail, but it's very simple. So there's not much detail about.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. When it comes to honestly anything in an MLM, like the fact that they are able to do these calls multiple times a week and even honestly multiple times a month and supposedly share new information each and every time. And I get that a lot of them are just like motivational calls more than anything, like just reminding people how awesome, amazing, wonderful Beachbody is every time you're in it and how much they love you for being a part of it. I get that that's a huge part of it, but it's just like, how often can people listen to the same stuff over and over and over again? And that does happen in corporate world for sure, but you're getting paid to listen to the same stuff over and over and over again. These people sitting here, unless someone is consistently buying from them, and people below them are consistently recruiting and buying the products, they're not making money sitting here listening to these calls. They're also arguably not even getting any new information or learning anything at all.
Out 10 and play. But before I do that, I just want to talk really quick about being consistent through these next 2 weeks, really 3 weeks, more like 3 weeks, as people are right now probably not focused on themselves and thinking about themselves and making that resolution. Their brains, unlike ours, are likely not there right now, but they're watching you. And so it's really important over these next couple weeks to be showing up and showing your consistency, showing your healthy habits, and showing people what could be for them, right? Because they're going to remember you when their brain clicks on to, oh, I really should eat better in the new year. Oh, I really, that same New Year's resolution every year. I need to start moving my body. I need to start drinking more water. I need to whatever and enter whatever resolution they have. They're going to be like, oh, that Leah girl, I see her every day showing her workout, showing that she's listen to this mindset app, showing her healthy foods, showing her drinking her water. She's going for walks. You know, she's talking about how it's not perfect, but she's still showing up because she knows how it makes her feel. And people are going to remember that. And when they see you in that week,
I feel like this is an interesting mind trick. It's like you need to keep going because probably someone on the outside is watching you and then they're going to join and then they will love you and follow you and then do the same thing you did. And it's like, I just don't think that a lot of people on the outside are watching Beachbody people that closely to where come January 1st they're going to be like, "Where's that Beachbody girl at? Like I need to join underneath her right now." Like I don't think that that's the case. I think they need them to keep going through this holiday time and showing up and buying the product and working out in order to maybe, get someone on the other end inspired, but mainly to keep them in the business.
between Christmas and New Year's, when they see you sharing specifically about dig deeper or whatever it is that you're doing in the new year, dig deeper, to be mindset, whatever it is, they're gonna know, oh yeah, that's who I want to work with. You could even be having conversations with these people that aren't specific to anything, but just like connecting with people um during like this week, and then inviting kind of after Christmas next week, and really being there, right? Being there for them and helping them get started.
Okay, side note, I really like the colors of her water bottle. I have the same brand of water bottle, the Owala. Mine is just white though, and maybe because I got the 40 ounce and I don't think they had that color in the 40 ounce. That could be, but I really like the blue more than the white, I think. Even though the white's fine, but keeping it clean can definitely be a challenge. And I dropped it for the first time outside yesterday, and it has a dent on the bottom, so it got its first battle wound.
So I just really wanted to talk about that. We talked about it a little bit on our team call last week. So if you're listening to the recording and you listened to last week, you were there. We did talk about that last week as well on my smaller team call. But I wanted to talk about it here on the bigger team call as well. So hopefully that is helpful. And you can remember to show up, to be posting, to be in stories, which is funny because I took a break from stories for a bit, but I'm already feeling a little itch to come back. So anywho, so that was what I wanted to start with. And then I'm going to talk about this 10 in play. So Carrie or Leah, do you know what I'm talking about when I say 10 in play? Okay, wonderful. So Carl, back in November, did a call for some of us 1 to 4 star or 5 star, 2 to 5. I don't know what the group of people were, but a group of leaders and really taught us this extremely simple. You almost are going to want to write it off because I did. I was like, is it really? But he keeps talking about it. They keep talking about it on the National Wake Up Call. And it really does make sense. And it will, I think, for many, simplify your business, help you know what you should be doing every single day, and help you to always be having conversations and always ending conversations, either with a close or not, right? Either with a sale or moving them off of your list. So 10 in play is, I'm going to pull something up to show you, is
So, the CEO of BODi got all these leaders together, all these people who are in the 1%, 2%, and had a call with them and taught them to teach their teams to pull out a piece of paper and write people's names down on it. That's what the CEO is teaching people. Oh, it's so simple. Yeah, because that's all you guys can do. You can only regurgitate the same information over and over and over again because that's the system. The system is consistently inviting people, so there is an influx of people at the bottom and only a few can make it to the top here and there. And the way to do that is to convince downlines to get 10 people who get 10 people who get 10 people who get 10 people. That's it. And you write 10 names, and then when somebody says no, you cross that off and you put somebody else's name down. So you make each of these 10 people feel incredibly special, incredibly unique, that you reached out to them. They were special. But little did they know that on the other end, you were just told to find them and write their name down and have conversations with them. Basically go into autopilot, tell them how special they are, how unique they are. And then when you get into this business, you see that you were just a name in a notebook and you weren't this special, one-of-a-kind person that your friend made it out to be. And a lot of times you guys will say in the comments, like, people who see this, who are in the MLM, now, they see that they were a name in a notebook. Like, how would that make somebody feel? Like, I get that maybe a lot of them just write it off. They're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, I see how I was in this and now I have to do it to get other people involved, because if I did it, other people will. Also, because they convince you that if you do it, then other people will follow, and that if you can do it, they can do it, sort of thing. You know, it's always like, they do that a lot. It's like, I was someone that I was never special, but if I can do it, you guys, you can do it too. it's kind of an annoying mentality of like, if I can do it, you can do it. It's like, we're all different. We're all different. I'm not you. I don't, maybe like if it's like your best friend or your sister, like I guess I can understand that aspect because like you do know them and you know if they can or can't do something. But a stranger online who I'm following on social media, and they're like, if I can do it, you can do it too. And it's like, I don't know you. And also, you just want me to get involved so that you make money off of me. It has nothing to do with you just caring about me as a person. I don't know why I'm doing this voice. I always give like MLMers this like either like, like, oh my god, like whatever that voice is, or I do the like, oh my god, girl. Like, I do the Valley Girl thing because I feel like they're like that as well. So they're either like apparently like super arrogant voice. I'll give that first one a super arrogant voice. Or I'll do like Valley Girl, like, oh my god. If I can do it, you can do it. So just sign up. It's just that easy. Just sign up and stay signed up and also get people involved. Because if you can do it, then they can do it. It's just a never-ending cycle of if you can inspire 100 people because you're so special, because they need you to be special and think that you're one of a kind and unique, when in reality they're just training you to be an everyday hunbot.
Literally a list of 10 people that you want to work with, that you want to help. And these 10 people are the people that you're talking to every single day.
And that could be the end of the call. That could be the end of the call. There is still 23 minutes left of this call. She's somehow going to find the words to be able to stretch this out for the full 30 minutes and teach the few people who are on this call how to find 10 people. And it's just, these are calls that they do all the time. And do you really need, I mean, maybe they do. I was gonna say, do they really need to make these calls to teach people how to find 10 people? But I guess clearly they do, otherwise they wouldn't be making these calls because they wouldn't, well, I don't know. It's so hard to know because I feel like they just kind of do calls just to do them, just to have busy work, I guess, make people feel important, make people feel inspired. But it's like, your best friend, your warm market, your family, people from high school. Like, this is where the, hey girl, I haven't talked to you since high school, I started my own business. Like, this is where this comes from. This is where you get these messages because they're like going through their friends list and they're like, well, I mean, I know her. I haven't talked to her since high school, but I do know her. So technically she's a part of my warm market of people that like I do know, I'm acquainted with. But it's, again, when you're just writing people's names down, are they really that special and you truly want to work with them? Because if they're that special and you really are thinking about them, you don't need to write their name down.
Like, I know that sounds like extremely simple, and it is really that simple. But some of the language that he's encouraging us to use, and I think,
it also seems like this call that he did for all these diamonds was just also him just fluffing up this super simple basic information. But I guess they put him on this pedestal that like, he knows all. I will regurgitate the nonsense that he says down to my downlines. Don't worry, Mr. CEO, we love you, and anything you say is special and different and not like everybody else.
at first I was like, I'm not sure. This sounds a little weird, but it does make sense. So I created a little board with like the initial invite to share with you guys, but the initial invite to people that you want to add to your 10 to your 10 in play, to your list of 10 people. The language you're going to use is something along these lines. Hey, Leah, I am looking for 10 women to add to my list of people who might be interested in starting a new program with me. Can I add you to my list? You're not asking for a sale.
Don't make this seem like you're not asking for a sale. You're just asking them a question. You're not even going into it wanting anything out of it. It's like, no, you are. You are wanting something out of it when you go into this, when you send people a message. That is the whole point of all of this. Like, turning it into, like, you're just having a conversation with them. You're just being their best friend. You're just asking them if they might be interested. You're not selling them anything. I guess, yeah, in that moment, you're not selling them anything. But your overall plan is to sell them on something because it's a sales job. And if you have an issue selling things to people, then you will have an issue with this job.
You're not asking anything except opening that conversation. Because then Leah's going to come back and be like, well, what's the program? Or sure, add me. Or no, I don't want anything to do with what you're doing here. But
Notice how she said, I'm not interested in what you're doing. Yeah, because you're planning to sell them on something. Maybe not in that direct message, but in the next one you will.
most of the time people are going to be like, well, what is it? And that's where you come back to them. And that's where you start the consultation. And you're able to say, well, what's a problem that you would love to solve in your life right now? And they come back and they say, I'm just tired all the time. I wish I had more energy. And you're like, well, I think I might have something that could help you. And you could lead with energize, or you could lead with like, hey, you know what really helps gain energy? Hang on. Did I lose? Okay, because my phone rang and then I was like, did it switch my things? You can come back with either like, hey, I have this energize that's literally my mom juice. I can't go without it. I need it every morning. It really does help me give that boost of energy in the morning, and it really sustains me most of the day.
Sounds like coffee. Sounds like you're recommending coffee. And I feel like if someone's really tired, more than likely, they probably already drink coffee.
Or you could lead with, energy really comes from movement. And I have these awesome workouts that I would love for you to try. And then you could give them access to the BODi previews, which I'm going to share with you guys too. You can give them access to 120 free workouts to try out. Okay. Or you could lead with, hey, I have a total solution for you. You're going to get workouts, you're going to get nutrition, you're going to get my energize, you're going to get Shakeology. And I'll tell you that those things for me have really changed my life, have really increased my energy over the last year, 2 years, 10 years that I've been doing this. And I really do think that it would help you. Can I send you more information? Do you want to do this with me? Like, you're opening that door by just starting with this, adding them to the list. And you might not even get right to that conversation immediately, right? You want to be asking them questions. So you're initially saying, I'm looking for 10 people to add to my list who might be interested. That's the key phrase, who might be interested in starting a new program with me. That new program can be anything. It could be a fitness program. It could be one of our nutrition programs. It could be growth day. It could be an income opportunity. Really, any of those, you're leaving it generic on purpose so that when they come back and they're asking, well, what's the program?
You come back and say, well, what is your issue that the miracle worker who has come just to help you, I'm just a humble person, come to help you. And see, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And you're very lucky that I am reaching out to you because I'm here to help you. I'm not here to sell you on anything. I'm just here to help you. That leads to you spending money and it's supporting me. But I'm not selling you on anything. I'm just here to help.
Or, well, what is it? Sure, add me to your list. I want to learn more. You're coming back to them and asking them, well, what is your biggest challenge right now with your healthy habits? Or what is the problem that you really need to solve in your life in 2024? For someone, it might be like, I need to make more money. For someone else, it might.
Well, then you're talking to the wrong people, because you're not going to make much money in Beachbody, that's for sure. I mean, we're just looking at the income disclosure statement right here, and we have the rank of Emerald has 82.2% of, it says, of development and leadership ranks. The way this is worded and laid out, a little confusing, but 20% of all coaches are, I guess, in this rank. Oh, right, because we have the rank of just normal coach down here, which has 75.5%. And they are averaging, I'm assuming this is in a year, $491. So not even the what would $500 do for you each month. This is what would less than $500 do for you in a year. But then I guess you do need to rank advanced to the rank of Emerald, and that is averaging about $3,200 a year. But then you rank advanced to Ruby, and you're making $12,000 a year, so you get $1,000 a month when you are about 2% or less than 1% of the company. Not sure how they're doing that exactly. Let's just say 2% of the company. And then we get to the rank of Diamond. No, you know what? It's apparently less than 1%, because rank of Diamond is like 2%, 1%, because that's the top. And that's where they're making the majority of the money. Diamond is 18,000, still not great at 2% of the company. And Star Diamond, I'm assuming that's the tippity top. That's when you're making $119,000. That's when you're making the life-changing money. Just joining the business without recruiting, less than $500 in a year. That's not going to change anybody's life. You are more than likely going to spend way more than $500 throughout the year than you will see $500 in profit throughout the year. So probably not until you're maybe the rank of Ruby will you see any actual profit. But again, this life-changing, like, you are here for the income money, you need to make more money. Realistically, being the diamond ranks is where you need to be, and that's at 1%, 2% of the company. So very, very difficult to get into. So promoting this as an income opportunity and looking at the income disclosure statement, those two don't go hand in hand. Those two contradict each other.
Might be, they know they've been following you a long time. They're like, I need to start doing workouts. I really just need to just start. And then you like guide the conversation from there. But you're starting with this simple question of, can I add you to my list? Which basically opens that door to, can I invite you, right? But they don't know necessarily that, but they're like, I know I follow this Leah, or I follow Carrie. I know what she's up. I know that she's all about health and fitness and nutrition and mindset and all the things. So when you ask them to add to their list and about to start a new program, they know like the basics of what you're asking, right? So you then are moving the conversation from there. Now, if someone says, no, I'm not interested, you can, or they might say, no, not right now. Like, I'm just, especially right now, someone might say that. Like, if you sent these messages, okay, great. Can I follow back up with you on January 1st? Sure. Then you have them on your like follow-up list to add to your 10 in play, because you're always going to be taking people off of your 10 in play and adding new people to your 10 in play. That's the goal. Like, the goal is to move 3 people.
The goal is to always have 10 people in your list, because 10 sounds simple, easy, but she said you need to be talking, maybe not necessarily to these 10 people every day, but you need to be talking to 10 people every single day. You invite these 10 people on your list. Maybe only 2 of them get back to you. Well, guess what? Your job's not over. You now need to add 8 different people to that list. And let's say only 1 of them does it. Now you need to do 7 different people. So what started as a simple list of 10 has now gone to 30, has now gone to 50, has now gone to 100. So they make it seem like it's just 10 people. But even after you've exhausted those 10 people, let's say 5 of them signed up, unrealistic, but let's say 5 of them signed up, your job's not over. You now need to find 5 more people to talk to. It's a constant flow. It's a constant, ever exhausting flow of people in and out, talking to people, having conversations every single day about the same thing, trying to get as many people below you so that you hit the rank of diamond, so that you have a little bit of breathing room, so that then you too can teach people about how the CEO taught you to add 10 people to a list. That's the ultimate goal.
3 to 4 people off of this list every single week, either to a sale or to they're not interested right now. And let me be talking to somebody who is interested right now. Because I know I have a group of people who I've been talking to them and for forever. And I'm like, okay, but do you want to be on my list? Like, are you ready now? Like, are you about ready now?
The annoyance. Like, I've been telling them forever. It's like, can you just get on this list? I just need to fill this list. And that's all it is like the obsession with having the list constantly filled. It's not even necessarily about helping people. It's about making sure the list looks good so that more than likely you can show your upline, be like, see, the list is full. That's really what this is. Because if you want, like I said, if you truly were just in it to help people, you would already know the people that you want to reach out to and you want to help. You wouldn't need a list, an ever-flowing list, if you just wanted to help a few people. And you truly just wanted this for them to be better. But no, you need to constantly be talking to people all the time. That's where it's exhausting, because then, yeah, you run out of people to talk to. What do you do once you run out of the people that you know to talk to? You just start sending this message to random people online? The answer is yes. They can't disprove that, because there are people online who share these messages and they're like, I don't even know this person. I'm just a part of a Facebook group and I got this message from this person, or this person randomly reached out to me. They seemed really nice, but come to find out they just want me to buy BODi from them. But you can't say, like, you're not here to sell them on something. You are. You are here to sell them on something. You're not here to just help them. You're here to sell them on a product, because the job is sales. And they act like, oh no, icky word, sales. Then don't be a part of this. It's a sales job. Own up to it. Everything is so sneaky in MLMs all the time. It's like, oh no, we can't say sales. Oh, we can't say MLM because that's a bad word. It's like, no, but that's what you're a part of. So own up to what you actually do, and maybe people would like trust you a little bit, instead of like, oh my god, we're totally not a scam. I mean, you can't really disprove that. But again, when you have to defend against not being a scam all the time, and when you do Google searches and you type in, and a lot of times they'll be like BODi, and then the next autofill will be like, is a scam, question mark? That doesn't look good.
Because I need to know, because if you're not ready, then you're not one of my 10 right now. And you create that sense of scarcity, because here's the thing.
Yeah. Oh, so you lie to them. You're like, oh well, then you can't be on my list. There is no. Okay, there is a list, but there's no like limit to that list. They will take anyone and everyone. There's no limitation. They will lie to you and tell you that there's a scarcity, make you have this FOMO feeling, like, if I don't sign up right now, I'm gonna miss out on this. But then oddly enough, they keep coming back to you and asking you if you want to be a part of this. So it's interesting how it's like, oh my god, if I don't sign up right now, I'm going to miss this forever. But then a month later, they're like, hey, do you want to be a part of this? It's like, well, I thought I missed that opportunity. Weirdly enough, opportunity keeps presenting itself each and every month. And that's the other thing, bringing back to people who signed up because like someone's like, oh my god, I thought about you, and you're so special and I want to add you to my list, or I only have 10 spots and they're filling up so quickly, so if you don't get in now, like, I don't know if I could save you a spot. Like, now that they're in and they see that there is no limit, like there is no scarcity, there is none of that, I wonder how that makes them feel. They're like, I got into this because I thought there was like a limited number of seats. But now that I'm in, I see that doesn't exist, and they technically lied to me. Like, that would make me feel really bad. I'd be like, so you just lied to me to get me involved. I wouldn't like that.
You might message more than 10 people asking them to be on your list. And the 11th, 12th, and 13th person, you're going to say, oh, my list filled up. But can I keep you on my my backup list when another spot opens? You're creating that like scarce. They're like, oh, there's that many people interested. Like, oh, I want to do, like I want to do this. I wish I would have responded quicker. And then so you can have that kind of scarcity mindset for them. But then if someone says, also, if someone says no, you want to ask for the referral. And you want to ask the referral in language of the thing that they told you the problem was, or if you know what their problem is. So for example, you're going to say, or you might say, okay, great. No worries if now's not a great time. But do you know anybody else who might be interested in starting a program that would help them increase their energy or create healthier habits in the new year or lose 5 to 10 pounds in the next 30 days?
It's not their job to give you somebody else's information. Like, I don't like that they are like, okay, well, then you give me someone else because you were no help to me. So now you do some free work for me by providing me the cell phone number, the DM, their username. You give me that person so that I can go talk to them. That's not their job to give you someone that they know. You now need to go out and find other people. Like, you're making them work for you and basically do the free MLM recruiting aspect for you, even though you are technically doing it for free for yourself, but still, they don't owe you anything.
Or focus on their mindset. Do you see like you're coming back to them with the thing that they told you their problem was? So you kind of focus or frame that question based on what their problem might be. So do you know anybody else? And I'll share this board with this language with you guys. Do you know anybody else who might be interested in starting a new program that would help them blank? What you could help them with. So you're asking for that referral, and they might come back and say no, or they might come back and say, yeah, I've got a few friends who might, or and likely they're going to come back and be like, well, I didn't know that that's what you could help with, or right? Like you're coming at them and they're like, oh, well, that's me. I want to lose 5 to 10 pounds in the next 30 days. I need to gain energy. I need to, so they're like, well, I want to stay on that list. Or maybe, hey, could you come back to me in a month or whatever the case may be? So the whole
thing that's so interesting about these name in a notebook calls is how they make talking to people and the conversation, how that goes. And they're just like, oh yeah, they're just like, oh my god, wait, no, I want to do that, and oh my god, I'd love to be a part of your thing, and actually not right now, but in like 2 weeks, yes, I'll totally be down. I have 16 friends, let me send you their information. If it was that simple, if these conversations happen so often, then the numbers would reflect that via income disclosure statement. I truly believe that. And even if, let's say, even if all of this does happen and all these people sign up and they buy Shakeology or they sign up for the business and whatnot, they clearly drop off after a month because they realize the products are really expensive. Keeping up with the products each and every month, very expensive. The products may not even be working for them. They may not like the products. They may not have the time to do all this stuff, especially being in the business. They don't have the time, energy, money to be doing this each and every month. So they drop out. And that's also where we see the numbers in MLMs are not great, because it is an ever flowing flow of people in and out of the business, because they get in, they think it's one way, they think it's simple, all of this stuff is laid out for them. Then they get in, they try and recruit, and they realize it's very hard. They also realize, I have to maintain this lifestyle each and every month. This is very expensive. I can no longer do this.
Point of this is to simplify what we're doing, is to always have conversations going, it's just an easy way to start a conversation with somebody. We know we have these people who are following us, watching our stories every day, liking our posts. But then when you come straight with an invite, I feel like that might be like, ooh, for someone. But something like, can I add you to my list? Like, it's asking them, like, are you interested at all in doing a program and doing something with me, right? It doesn't mean you're not asking them to do it right now. You're not asking them to commit this second. You're just asking to add them to a list, to really ask them to, can I continue this conversation with you? Can we converse about this? Can we talk more about this? And I'll share the video from Carl, because the way he explains it is just, he's just so great. And it was really helpful. And he, today on the National Wake Up Call, he actually talked even more about it. And he talked about the red car. And this was so interesting. And he said, hey, Kishan, do you know about the red car theory? And she was like, well, like when you see a red car, then you see all the red cars. And he was like, well, kind of, but do you know why that happens? And then he went on to explain, or then he went on to ask her, hey, Kishan, did you see any red cars this weekend? She's like, I don't know. I don't know if I saw any red cars. And he's like, what if I told you that for every red car that you saw, you'd get $50? Would you pay attention in the next day or two to how many red cars that you'd see? And she was like, well, yeah, of course I would. And he's like, this is in comparison to us just throwing links out, like so many people I feel like are doing these days, and just throwing a link on our social media and waiting for someone to see it, to click on it, right? But they're not looking for it. They don't even know they need it many times. They need that invite. They need to know that they're looking for it. And so that's why it's so important to be in people's inboxes.
What an interesting thing is, like, people just don't know that they need this. It's like, if someone wants to work out, they know they need to work out. If someone wants to eat better, they know they need to do that. They don't need a stranger online selling them overpriced products and workouts for them to already know this. I understand his mentality. I get it. You know, it's like you are just putting your link out there and hoping someone clicks on it. But of course, if you reach out to people and you send them their link or your link, they are more likely to click on it there. That is true. But that still doesn't mean that you'll make money off of them. Just because you saw the red car and someone promised you $50 doesn't mean they're going to pay up.
And not just throwing links up. That's not what we do. That might be what you see other people doing in other companies or whatever.
My heart. My heart is so full when they talk crap about other MLM companies. They're like, no, we're not like those MLM companies. We're better. You're all the same.
Influencers are do it, whatever. And trust me, I click on links at times. But in this business, in our business, like, people need to be invited. They need to know We have more to offer than just like, it's just a workout program. It's not just a workout program. It's not just a nutrition program. It's not just a mind.
No, it never is. It's so much bigger than that. It's so much more than that. When the reality is, it is just a workout program. It is just another health and wellness MLM. You know, you're talking about this Energize thing. That sounds like a fizz stick. That sounds like Plexus's pink drink. That sounds like, what is it? doTERRA now has like a fizz stick thing. It's all the same. Or if you even just go to the supermarket, there's little like fizz stick type things with energy in them nowadays. Yours is no different than the one next door. You're just trying to convince someone that it is. There is no science, there is no anything that makes it different besides you trying to convince them that it is because you make a profit off of it.
Mindset program. It's this total solution with a human who's going to be there for you, who's going to help you. This isn't like the thing that you tried 10 years ago. It isn't like the thing that you tried 5 years ago. It isn't even like the BODi you tried 5, 10 years ago. It's not. This is nothing like 10 years ago or even before 10 years ago. You know, I've been a partner for 10 years now. Before 10 years ago, I was buying P90X off some friend, like dubbed it for me on DVDs. I bought Turbo Kick off Groupon or something silly. Like I had all these DVDs, and that's when like I didn't have a coach, like I wasn't involved in the community. And did I follow through? Did I continue with all of that? No. It wasn't until I joined this community that I finally followed through with the goals and the habits that I needed in my life. And we know that everybody needs in their life, but I'm sorry, a lot of people just they want a quick fix. They want Ozempic. They want, I don't even know what. They want to just like.
I mean, you are correct, but a lot of times you guys will make it seem like you have the miracle product that can help people. And how is that any different than talking about a quick fix? It's like, no, we change lives over here. That language is all in the same circle. It's all the same.
Quick results, but we know that those don't last and that they really need the lifestyle changes. And at some point in their life, it's going to click and they're going to know, oh, I'm looking for what Leah's been talking about for 5 years. I'm looking for what Carrie's been talking about for 3 years. That's what I need. I know I do. And that's going to take you talking with them. That's going to take you consistently sharing. That's going to take you asking if.
I mean, if that's the case, and I mean, somebody's following someone for 5 years. Again, people don't have years of consistently being involved in an MLM and consistently promoting themselves online for the hope that somebody watching will sign up and stay underneath them and then do the same thing. It's like all of these elements have to align for this to work out, and it's very difficult.
You can put them on your list. That's going to take you asking when they say no, that's going to take you asking if they know anybody else who might be interested. That's going to take you following up, staying in conversation, staying friends with people, staying connected. And that's what we're about. That's what this business is about. And that's what this list is about. It's about wanting to help people with what they need, not with what you're doing right now. And while we're all really excited about Dig Deeper, and you're gonna have people who are interested in Dig Deeper, there's gonna be some people on this list who Dig Deeper is not for them, especially if they are brand new. And they might just need to start with Growth Day. Or they might just need to start with 2B mindset in January. They might just want to start with nutrition. That was me. When I initially started my weight loss journey when I was over 200 pounds, I did not work out. I did not work out for, I don't remember how long, but it was a good amount of time until I like lost a certain amount of weight. I only focused on nutrition. Because we know that that's where weight loss comes from. It does not come from workouts. It comes from nutrition. So anyway, I digress.
And if that's the case, I mean, obviously, nutrition is a huge part of losing weight. I mean, there is a lot of factors when it comes to losing weight, but let's just take her word that nutrition is a huge part of losing weight. So people need to focus on that. The people in Beachbody are not nutritionists. They're not dietitians. They cannot help people. They shouldn't be helping people in that aspect because everybody is different and they are not professionally trained to help people in nutrition or in working out. They pay a starter kit cost and they believe that, I do appreciate that they no longer call themselves coaches, they're partners, but essentially it's the same thing. They believe they can help people when it comes to working out and eating right. And they can't. And they think they're the end all be all when it comes to that stuff. And they're not. So it's like they are just somebody online who paid a starter kit cost and then claims they know everything about nutrition when they don't. It's like they know about as much as the person who probably is signing up, like, and would like to focus on nutrition. That person probably knows about as much as the person who's been in Beachbody for 5 years, honestly.
Do we understand kind of the purpose of 10 in play? I'm going to share this video from Carl. I'll share it here in the comments for you guys and you guys can grab it, or in the chat. Just because I think it's a great video to throw on. Like I just re-listened to it while I was driving around doing a million errands this afternoon. And he fires you up. So it's a good one. It's a good one. But with that, I wanted to quickly, and I will do it quickly, talk about the BODi previews. Now, do we know what that is? Okay, so that is something that they also launched in November. And basically, it's a way to give people access to all of the sample workouts. There's about 120 workouts that they get access to within our platform. So we have our sample workouts, right? We can send them Dig Deeper, Vimeo. We can do that, and that's really easy. But they don't get access to like the platform and get kind of to actually like get the experience of BODi. And so they created BODi previews. Basically, someone has to create a free account. And with this free account, they get access to all of these workouts. So let me see. I haven't fully tested this yet, but I'm going to try with you guys with my husband's account and see if we can get this to work. So bodipreview.com. So there's actually a few ways that you can send this to somebody. So, oh, good. So when you go to bodipreview.com, this is what they see. I'm not even logged in. Am I? No, I'm not even logged in at all. Okay. Now, to start for free, you want to make sure that they have your partner ID or your email address. Okay. So Ryan already has a BODi account. So I think, oh, I don't know his. I wonder if it would work for my, hang on, let me try this one. For my second business center. Just so we can see. Thanks for. Okay. So look at all these collections. So I'm like, oh, I want to try a bar workout. I go to bar. There's 4 different bar workouts I can try. Or I just need to try a fiber workout or a cardio workout. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at all these cardio.
You know where else you can get all of these type of workouts? Anything that you want for free. You don't have to sign up for a Beachbody account. You don't have to talk to anyone. YouTube. Any workout that you want to do, you can find on YouTube. And then, more than likely, depending on how popular that YouTuber is, there's probably a Discord, Facebook, Instagram community of people who share all kinds of stuff in those groups and share information and talk to each other, inspiring each other, get each other motivated, all for free. Maybe you're not feeling like a cardio workout today, you want to do a strength training one, you could do a different YouTuber. And you could maybe do things with weights, you could do things without weights. There is an abundance of free workouts for people to do on YouTube. That's where I think this whole trying to sell people on the workout aspect of Beachbody is a hard sell, because you're like, oh my god, like once you're finally in, you get access to 500 videos. Yeah, but on YouTube, you get access to thousands of free videos. All for whatever specific thing you need. If you put on one person's video, you don't really like it, change it. Do a different person. You decide, you know what, this is not really high intensity enough for me, change it. Do something different. Versus this, you're like, oh, I get 10 free workouts. Okay, I don't really like this one. This is not really what I want. This person's kind of annoying, and I've run out of the free things. Versus YouTube, it's a constant, and they are every day, every hour, people are uploading new content for people to be inspired to work out. They're trying to build communities. They're trying to inspire other people. But it's definitely, I feel, very hard for Beachbody to be recommending these videos. It's like, look, you get like 50 videos for free or 100 videos for free, when there's an entirely different platform online that's offering people free workouts. And more than likely, people are probably live streaming themselves working out, and they're probably doing that with people. You can talk in the chat, people can talk back to you, like it's interactive. You don't need to sign up for an MLM to get access to amazing free workouts and communities.
Workouts they can try. Cycling, dance, and they actually get to do one of the workouts. Meditation, nutrition, they get introduction to each of our different nutrition programs. Pilates, strength training, yoga. And then here's all the sample workouts. The dig deeper sample, lift for all the sample workouts in one place, which is so nice. They literally get over 120 workouts for free. Carl's saying this is like a $59 value. So you could say that to people. For somebody that's on your list, you can start them with going here, right? To try it out. There's also a 3-day mindset challenge. Find your first workout program. There's a quiz for them to take. Find your eating plan. There's a quiz for them to take. Do the 3-day mindset challenge. 3 secrets to success. Gosh, it just so cool. So much. All I've got for you guys tonight.
Something about that just seems so genuine and real. Gosh, this is so cool. So awesome.
Either of you have any questions?
No, I don't have any questions, but I was having a hard time finding the morning wake up call on that app. I cannot find it to save my life.
Hang on.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just got to run that to basketball.
It is under.
I've seen it before. I don't know if it updated and it moved, but anyways, go on.
It's all right. A lot of people think it's like in the Body Basics group. So I
Yeah.
think that's
That's probably what I did.
for
All
them.
right, cool. Thank you
So
very much.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
Hopefully this was helpful.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, girl.
To
We'll see you
everybody.
soon.
Bye, Beachbody ladies. Merry Christmas. It's just, this was clearly filmed right about a week before Christmas, and she even made the point to be like, maybe we shouldn't be doing it at this time because nobody's showing up for these calls. Yeah, because they're exercising their time freedom. They don't want to be working during the week of Christmas because they're busy. They want to spend it with family. They don't want to be spending it sitting on this call, hearing information that is absolutely nothing new. And going back to what she said, where she said, like, Carl says this is a $59 value for free. You know what is, like, probably, like, an abundance of money that I can't even comprehend that's for free? YouTube. The amount of information that you can find on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, any of that of people teaching you how to do things, any sort of thing that you need to look up, you can more than likely find on YouTube. If you want to teach yourself a craft or a hobby, YouTube. If you want to find specific workouts for your specific needs, YouTube. If you want to learn nutrition and learn how to, find certain dishes to make and get inspired, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, all of those social media apps that are free. And people are providing their services because they get paid through ads. They get paid through the service of the platform. So the platform puts on ads and they get paid. And then you get to watch that content for free. So they are providing a service for free. You don't have to sign up for an MLM in order to be a part of a community and, get these products. You can find communities, you can find workouts, you can find nutrition inspiration, all for free online. Pinterest is a great source to find inspiration for healthy foods and even like workout things. I mean, I personally like to see workouts like physically done in front of me so I can like copy them, but some people don't mind. They just can like look at a picture and they're like, okay, I'm gonna do that workout, I'm gonna do this, and this. Like, they will put out like a list. They'll be like, Monday, do arms and do this, Tuesday, blah, blah, blah. And that'll be on Pinterest, and that could work for someone, and then they have meal plans on Pinterest. You can find all of this stuff for free. You don't need somebody coming into your DMs and telling you what you need. It's like, hey, I know that you were maybe thinking about this, or it hasn't even crossed your mind, but guess what? You need it. Because, I'm just here to help. I'm just here to help you. I'm not here for any ulterior motive other than to just help you, even though I financially benefit when you sign up. But yet, they have no ulterior motives, and they're just here to help. That's all they are. If they were truly just here to help, then they would recommend free YouTube videos that, have helped them, inspired them. They would have them join Facebook groups that are free, that, they get inspiration, they share tips and tricks, all of that stuff that's free. They don't welcome usually outside people into these Beachbody groups. You have to have paid and be somebody's downline in order to be a part of these groups. But I don't know, maybe that's the scarcity mindset that they're trying to do. It's like, there's some really awesome, totally never heard before stuff going on in these groups. But then you join and you're like, oh wow, it's all the same. It's all the same. Beachbody, Plexus, Arbonne, Q Sciences, Herbalife, Sensi, all of those MLMs. All the same. Doesn't matter what they sell. Alright, you guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really, really like it, please subscribe. I also heard that if I say the word subscribe, that the subscribe button lights up if you are not subscribed. So if it's lighting up, it means you're not subscribed. So I would really like if you subscribed. And with all of that, let's talk anything and everything anti-MLM in the comments below. And until my next video, I will see you guys then. Bye!